to smell, to touch, to see, to hear. Senses help different species navigate their world. But some animals have incredible extra senses. A strange creature that is an electric hunter. A tiny insect's unbelievable sense of direction. And mammals that communicate over air and in the water by seeing sound. These are the animal supersenses. A predator lurks in these murky waters. It moves with stealth through lakes and rivers. This freshwater carnivore has webbed feet like a penguin, fur like an otter, a flat tail like a beaver, and a duck's bill. It's the duck-billed platypus. The platypus is unique to Eastern Australia. It belongs to an exclusive club of mammals called monotremes. They're the only mammals that lay eggs. The only other monotremes are echidnas, which also live in Australia. The platypus is a living reminder of an ancient past. But when it comes to perception, they have a sixth sense most animals don't have: electroreception. Platypuses can detect electrical impulses emitted by other animals. Their unique bill makes this possible. Platypuses are creatures of the night. They hunt in the dark, underwater. Vision and hearing are not much use. In fact, every time they submerge, they shut their eyes and ears. They don't smell prey either. As air-breathing mammals, they also shut their nostrils when they swim. Yet they kill enough to eat up to half their weight in a single hunt. How do they do it? With a super sense, by picking up low-frequency electric signals in the water. When muscles contract, nerves send out a tiny electric pulse. Even the smallest heart, like in this crayfish, sends out an electric signal that can be picked up with the right equipment, the way a heart monitor picks up heartbeats. The platypus's bill is specially equipped to do just that. He has 40,000 chances to pick up a signal. That's how many electroreceptors he has on his bill. They're the sensors that pick up electric pulses. The platypus improves his odds by swinging his bill side to side, helping to widen the search and hone in on prey. He'll swim around until he closes in on the signal, then gobbles it up. The platypus is deadlier than it looks. It's one of a handful of venomous mammals. The venom is not life-threatening to a healthy human. But in the past, when platypuses were hunted for their furs, dogs were sometimes killed by the venom when they tried to retrieve them. Males release venom from spurs on their back legs. They only do it during mating season, so it's likely designed to keep competing males away. The platypus is a remarkable-looking creature. So much so that European scientists thought it was a hoax 2 centuries ago. But while it may look odd, its super-sensitive bill has helped keep it alive and paddling for millions of years. On the other side of the planet, a much larger aquatic killer has truly perfected the art of electroreception to become one of the most successful hunters in the world. The Caribbean Sea, beautiful and welcoming, and not just for vacationers. This is also shark paradise. They cruise these bountiful waters with the same icy cool confidence their ancestors had over 400 million years ago. To enjoy that long streak of relatively uninterrupted prosperity, they must have something pretty special going on, and they do. Sharks have the same 5 senses most animals have, and they're as razor sharp as their teeth. But what makes them truly special is electroreception. Millions of years of evolutionary advancement as its perks. The first 5 senses get them into the right place at the right time, but the 6th sense seals the deal. Even if prey is hiding in the sand, murky water, or in darkness, it's always flagging its location to a shark. Because it's always emitting those tiny electrical fields. Like the platypus, the shark's secret weapons are on their snouts. Their faces are covered with what look like little pores. Some species have hundreds, some thousands. They're not much to look at, but they hold the secret to the success of the entire species. When an electric signal hits a pore, the signal travels through a well-insulated, gel-filled canal just underneath the skin, all the way to a bulb-shaped cavity. There, a layer of sensing cells send a signal to the brain, alerting the shark to the prey's presence. The shark can tell which pores receive the signals, so it knows exactly where to bite when within striking distance. These amazing electroreceptive organs are called ampullae of Lorenzini, named after the Italian anatomist who first discovered them in the 1600s. But it wasn't until some 300 years later that their purpose was discovered. One study determined that the ampullae could detect electrical fields as weak as 1/1,000,000th of a volt. In all the animal kingdom, no tissue, organ, or creature can do this, not even the platypus bill. Recent studies have uncovered other mind-boggling abilities that have helped sharks thrive for so long. Many species of shark migrate hundreds or even thousands of kilometers every year in search of feeding and breeding grounds. The ampullae help with this by detecting the Earth's magnetic poles and using them to navigate the world. Fear has long defined the relationship between humans and sharks. But they're so much more than brute strength, lightning speed, and razor-sharp teeth. Their true power is in their electroreception, a 6th sense. Butterflies don't need extra senses to hunt, but they have evolved an amazing ability to ensure the survival of their species. On Pelee Island in Ontario, Canada, under this branch, inside this chrysalis, something incredible is happening. This monarch butterfly is taking its first tiny step on a tremendous journey. Just 26 days ago, this monarch was an egg the size of a pinhead. A few days after that, a caterpillar. Then a pupa. Today, it stretches its wings for the first time. The orange and black pattern is unmistakable, a living art piece. The climax of one of the most dramatic metamorphoses in the animal kingdom. And usually, the start of a 3 to 5 week life cycle. But this monarch butterfly is different. It's the 4th generation. Its lifespan lasts up to 9 months. It needs to live longer because it has a huge responsibility. Winter is coming, and to survive, it has to make a mind-boggling voyage. over 3,000 kilometers from its summer breeding grounds in the United States and Canada to Mexico. About 75 days. An epic journey for such a small creature. Every fall, the fourth generation of monarch butterflies born east of the Rocky Mountains migrate to a small, high-altitude forest in central Mexico to spend the winter. In the spring, their offspring, the first generation of the year, gradually make their way back north. By the time the fourth generation is born, monarchs are found everywhere, from Texas to Canada. It's a colossal, species-preserving journey, almost unparalleled in the insect world. And they do it every year. But how can monarchs travel such great distances without getting lost? Like early human explorers, they use the sun as their guide. First, they look at the sun. Their eyes can see polarized light and find the sun even under overcast skies. But the sun drifts across the sky throughout the day. So once they find it, they have to take the time of day into account. This is where their circadian clock comes in. It's essentially an internal timepiece. Protein levels in the monarch's brain oscillate in a 24-hour rhythm, giving it a sense of daily time passage, even in the absence of daylight. Then, the brain combines the location of the sun with the approximate time of day. The result? A directional cue. It's called a time-compensated sun compass, and it means that on the road to Mexico, monarchs know that when flying south, the sun is supposed to be on their left in the morning, directly in front of them at noon, and to their right in the afternoon. What's even more amazing is that the circadian clock in the monarch's brain has help. There's a second circadian clock in the antennae, which is directly affected by light. The antennae help pick up the location of the sun and provide another reference for the monarchs to stay on track. They can also pinpoint the precise location of their small, overwintering forest in Mexico. One theory is that once they're deep into Mexico, a destination beacon guides them to their final destination. It may involve smells given off by the oyamel trees in the forest. But no one knows for sure yet. What is known is that as winter nears its end, the new generation of monarch butterflies will kick into gear and fly home to breed and start the cycle again. Florida. Year-round sunshine, the Everglades, and a beautiful ocean playground. No wonder visitors flock here. But not just humans, but all sorts of animals, including dolphins. This is the Dolphin Research Center in Grassy Key, in the heart of the Keys, a chain of tropical islands off Florida's southernmost tip. The dolphins here look like they're having fun, and they do play all day. But it's play with a purpose. Researchers at the center are studying dolphin behavior and intelligence. The dolphins are mostly in it for the fish. But these playful mammals do also enjoy attention. And they're as vocal as their trainers in their excitement. While most humans vocalize primarily through the air, aquatic mammals do most of theirs underwater. It turns out that's how dolphins manage some of their best tricks. It's called echolocation. Dolphins send out sounds and pick up the echoes of those sounds to locate things. This dolphin is going to find a ring tossed underwater while blindfolded. These are eye cups. They cover the dolphin's eyes, but come off easily if he blinks. Being playful, he returns them when they fall off. For him, that's part of the game. Before his trainer puts the eye cups on, she shows him a ring. He's familiar with it by sight and touch. He stores the mental picture in his brain. Now, she puts his eye cups on and sends him out to find it. After searching around a little while, he finds the ring and brings it back without the use of sight. Not a problem for a dolphin with a keen sense of hearing. The ring doesn't make a sound on its own, but sounds can bounce off the ring. Dolphins improve their chances of sounds bouncing off objects by making sounds themselves. Little clicks. They can be heard above the water's surface, too. They create the sounds using structures inside their nasal cavities, beneath the blowhole. They're called phonic lips. Every dolphin has 2 pairs of phonic lips, so they can make 2 clicks at the same time. The clicks are short, measured in microseconds. But they can make them in a constant series called a click train. Some clicks are at such high frequencies, human ears can't pick them up. People only hear dolphin clicks at the lower frequency of 20 kilohertz or less. But dolphins send out their clicks at frequencies of up to 120 kilohertz. Even dogs, known for picking up high-pitched sounds, can't hear that. So these dolphins are swimming effortlessly, but not soundlessly through the deep ocean. It's one of the ways they find each other. The outgoing sounds they produce with their phonic lips are amplified as they pass through the bump on the dolphin's head. It's a fatty structure called the melon. When the beam of sound encounters an object, like a potential meal or another dolphin, it bounces back, coming in through the mandible. And the dolphin decodes the echoes to tell what is out there. It's a fast process. Sound travels 4 times as fast in the water as it does in the air. So if a target is close, the dolphin gets a mental picture in real time with only a slight sound delay. That mental picture includes a sense of how a target is moving and where. Since sound intensity decreases over distance, some of the sound waves that bounce back to the dolphins are very soft. Dolphins' ears have evolved accordingly and are some of the best of any animal. These dolphins can demonstrate this too. His trainer is asking him to copy whatever moves his fellow dolphin makes. Once again, he's blindfolded. That means the best way to figure out what tricks the other dolphin is doing is by hearing what the other dolphin does. Time after time, he gets it right. It's a super sense of hearing that's well worth celebrating. Echolocation is a useful supersense for another species. These lesser funnel-eared bats are found in the dry caves of the Bahamas. they possess some enchanting natural powers. Not only are they the world's only flying mammal, but they can hunt with deadly efficiency in the pitch black of night. There are about 900 species of bat, and over half of them use sound to navigate or echolocate. Like dolphins, bats make a sound, the sound bounces off objects around it, and back to the bat. Sounds simple, but how this actually happens is anything but. For a bat to see with sound, it has to make a sound called a chirp. Trouble is, for some bats, that chirp is as loud as 120 decibels. That's rock concert volume. It's in the ultrasonic frequency range, which means humans can't hear it. But the bats can, and that decibel level is loud enough to do serious damage to their ears. Luckily, they've adapted the incredible ability to essentially switch off their ears for just long enough to save them from harm. 6 milliseconds before the larynx muscles contract to blast out that sound, the middle ear bones separate, and their hearing sensitivity is reduced. 2 to 8 milliseconds later, the middle ear muscles relax and become sensitive again, just in time to receive the much quieter echo. Bats won't chirp again until the echo returns, so as not to confuse themselves. The echo of an insect 1 meter away would take 6 milliseconds to return. Having so much happen in such a short amount of time seems just plain batty. But it's the only way echolocation can work. The initial chirp has to be that loud because it immediately starts losing power density. When it hits an object and bounces back, it loses even more density. By the time the echo is heard by the bat, it can be thousands of times quieter than the original chirp. The bat's ears are sensitive enough to hear this. Even so, that's still not a lot of info to work with. But the bat recalculates this information hundreds of times per second, creating a highly detailed picture of its surroundings. As bats fly towards their prey, they chirp at an accelerating rate, faster and faster, until the echolocation calls reach mind-boggling levels. And the prey is caught. 160 to 190 chirps per second. The bat's larynx can contract up to 200 times per second, and the ear bones contract and relax for every single chirp. This super sense is what makes bats the most prolific night hunters the world has ever seen.